welcome to another edition of True Talk on the Couch. I am your host, Ralph Cunningham, and as always, we've got a wonderful and a full-packed show for you guys, but would like to introduce our panelists. We got somebody else that we're going to have on the couch today to give out a few words of encouragement and get
intellect and insight. And
introduce yourself, bro. Let everybody know who you are.
Yeah.
My name is Gerald, Lawhead, friend of Ezra and Ralph.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're
right.
gonna
thank you for having me to the show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have him in on the show today.
No problem.
So everybody in YouTube world, give Gerald your love. But before we get into our show, before we get into any and all the good stuff, I gotta introduce to you my main man, my mellow, my ace, my brother, Ezra Cunningham, aka the Blind Poet, aka the Black Butterfly, aka
Yeah.
He said it. Mm-hmm. Go ahead on, man.
How you doing? How you doing out there in YouTube world? How's everybody today? Doing all right?
It's pretty nice.
All right.
Cold outside, of course.
Definitely.
We had a little snow.
Little slush.
Yeah.
Little rain.
You know, I told y'all last time, you can get it all here in Bloomington, Indiana. You can, probably umbrella, fur coat, Timberlands,
and
shorts. You have it all. It just get all the seasons in one day here.
Yeah, might as well wear it all at one time too, because you just never know.
Exactly. So we're gonna break off into a little something. First off, I would like to have a little discussion with you guys about my last show. Our last show, we got a few comments from people that said that I was being disrespectful to the gay and lesbian and transsexual, bisexual community. No, I wasn't being disrespectful in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I just believe that if you guys want to have the exact same standards, you want, to be just like normal people, because you are, but you want the same rights and privileges, then you should be held at the exact same scrutiny and that everybody else gets.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can laugh or make fun of one sort of group of people and then don't expect people to say anything about you. Not going down. You're not going to shut me up on my show. So it's not going to happen. I have no dislike towards gay, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders. I have no problem, because what you guys do in y'all house, y'all bedroom, what you guys eat, ain't gonna make me full, and who you sleep with, I don't care. You keep that to yourself. It doesn't bother me not one bit. But I will note the fact that the real issue that you have is the fact that I pointed out the fact that you need to apologize. And Jussie Smollett, he needs to apologize. Yeah. And you guys need to make him apologize. Don Lemon, where are you at, bruh? When Kevin Hart said what he said, which wasn't homophobic at all, you had an hour-long discussion on how horrible he was. I don't see you on TV talking about Jussie at all. It's a double standard. And, some people...
I don't think it's fair at all.
I don't think it's fair at all.
It's not fair at all.
It's not fair.
If anything, he's making the LGBT community look bad by what he just did.
Exactly.
So,
that's a crime. It's an offense.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Are you familiar with that whole situation?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Talk to us about it.
Mostly from watching your last episode.
Okay.
On one hand, I see where they don't want to throw one of their own under the bus.
I get that.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if you're in that community, you've got to be saying somewhere in the back of your head, let's bring some integrity out of our community and take some responsibility for this, and at least call this one guy out and say, hey, no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And that's the truth. That is definitely the truth.
To me, it makes sense.
And right now, I haven't heard anything yet about that when it comes down to it. I haven't heard anything about on any type of social platform, news form of anybody from the LGBTQ community coming out saying anything. So if anybody in YouTube world, if you have any information, any links, you know, give us those comments that you have been giving us and everything like that, you know.
Keep them coming.
And
let
us know.
Dislikes.
Yeah, because we definitely, and what we will do is we will bring these back up, you know, in our next episode. Because like I said, you know, we don't want it to be one-sided. We don't want you to think like, you know, we're bashing, gay bashing or anything like that. But,
not at all.
You know, you have to think what's real. And the real thing is that, you know, a lot of things that Jussie Smollett has been saying really looks suspect right now. You know,
didn't it just come out that dude? They caught camera of the dude, his brother.
Yeah, they just caught camera. They have his brother on camera.
Yeah.
Right now, as we speak, he was it was
buying
gloves. Ski mask.
Okay, so what was you thinking that he was needing with those things?
Yeah, really. I mean, honestly. And this was before he got attacked, that they found this. So, you know, what was that actually for? You know, it's not adding up. Yeah. And now Jussie Smollett does not want to speak to the police anymore.
So they're going to take it to court.
Oh, yeah. It's going to a grand jury. So they're going to decide.
So it sounds like his story is doo-doo. That's what it sounds
pretty
like.
Much, and that's the thing, you know. Like once again, what we said was, you know, this is making your community look bad by what he's doing because he is somebody that's in the limelight. He was on Empire, so this was a high-profile case.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of man hours that the police put in that they could have been doing other things and solving other cases. Do you know how many cases of crimes like murder, robberies, and stuff like that that's actually in Chicago? And they spent those man hours
murder
on
alone.
him.
Murder capital.
Yes.
They're the murder capital. Murder alone.
Yeah.
That it's just crazy. And they spent all that time with this guy. If he's wrong, if we're wrong, and I doubt it, but if we're wrong, I'll apologize.
Yeah, definitely.
I have no problem with it. But the white guys that he said that beat him up, they're black.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
They weren't wearing MAGA hats, they were wearing ski masks. And it had nothing to do with that.
I don't believe that.
It had nothing to do with it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that this is just some call for an attention. It's just attention.
I do.
You know?
I really do as well. But, you know, we're going to see because no doubt this isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And to people who think that, well, don't blame the police. He called the police. He called the police to get the investigation, quote unquote, started. What he should have done is got his lie together and got better people to do what he wanted them to do, comparison to the buffoons that he had get done.
Spend some time.
Yeah,
spending that yarn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They should have got some real people to do that, you know, and maybe, you know, so Cardi B, stick to doing what you do best. That's rapping and degrading the black female, okay? You stick to that. Don't worry about what the police do, because you know nothing. Nothing at all.
I didn't understand her comment on that either.
Her comment is just what it is.
Once again.
Nothing. So, getting off of that, is there anything else you want to talk about, man?
I want to talk about Donald Trump and the national emergency that he has declared. What does it mean? You know, what does that entail? What does it mean for us? You know, what does it mean for everybody in America?
What does it mean?
Yeah,
period.
Honestly.
Because there's so much mumbo jumbo going on with that. Has anybody actually looked that up?
That's what I wondered. You know, what constitutes a national emergency? Because this is like the little boy that cried wolf over here. No,
with the whole wall thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you for the wall? You're against the wall? Better things we can do with the money?
All that.
I feel you. And I'm like that in a way when it comes to the border security, because that's what this national crisis is really about, the border security.
Yeah.
They're talking about as far as like a nice size wall that that has the little rails or the slats or whatever, but you can't climb over it. And I mean, in one hand, like you said, I'm like for it, because I can't understand that we do need more security as far as when it goes to trafficking drugs as well as to human trafficking.
Right.
But they have actually found a way to actually get around or over that by going actually under the underground, literally. So what will the wall do that going underground won't prevent?
Yeah, that's something to think about, because I don't really know how far deep the wall will go underground. I don't really know, but excuse me. The thing is, to me, and like I said, having this national emergency, the way they spell it out. Huh?
No, I said, don't mind me, y'all. I'm looking for my water.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to people.
It is kind of vague.
Yeah.
Everything is vague about what's going on, because they're saying that he can do one thing, but he can't do this, but he can do this because he's under power. But, what is this really going to mean? A lot of people said that this means that he's going to be taking money from the military.
It's supposed to be like, how much in that military thing?
About $25 billion. If you're talking about what's in the Pentagon.
Wow.
Yeah, about $25 billion. That's actually for the military service. So 1 minute you're gonna take that, which would only be like what, 5.6, 5.7 to actually build his wall.
Mm-hmm.
But with the national emergency, they're also wondering, well, if you're gonna do this, then who's to say that when Democrats get into, they have like another Democratic president, who's to say that he just won't do national emergencies all the time for anything that he wants to do, since he's doing this, so they're making it more or less like he's just doing this just because he has the power, like somebody that has that authority, just abuses it. So it's just it's to me it's all kind of ridiculous from both sides,
Yeah. I can see that. You got anything you want to talk about on that?
I agree with that, sir.
Okay, I can see that. I can also see the fact that, Obama has done it.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Democrat, still is. If I'm not mistaken, Clinton has, as well as maybe Bush. But it's supposed to have been a lot of them that has actually done that.
Since Nixon.
Yeah. And from what I believe, they said that it was like 37 times that has been done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I really don't seem to. I understand why he's doing that, because it is a national emergency. Congress could have gave him the money to pass this. It's more of a a battle between two wheels. Well, who's going to get their way? It's like a bunch of kids fighting over one toy, or a bunch of toys.
So and pretty much between Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump.
Yeah, and the guy that Nancy Pelosi has,
Schumer.
Yeah,
I always forget his name.
Yeah, so because they always just really talk about Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I see where it, that they do need better security, and I also understand that it does make those who came over here legally the right way, they're in this country and they're working hard, and they've actually become citizens, to just let people just flood in and then be like, okay, well, you're a citizen or you can be here. That is kind of like a slap in their face, where like, man, hey, that's like if you went to the store and you paid for groceries, and then you walked out, then all of a sudden they let everybody else come in after you come in and get everything they want for free. You'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, give me back my money. Well, I can't give you your money. You know, and you know, it's a slap in the face to those. And you know, you need more border control, because a lot of people that are coming from, you know, over the border, they ain't good.
Yeah.
They ain't nothing nice about them. You know, you know, like he said, you got your MS-13s, you got your people that are, you know, doing human trafficking, human trafficking and drugs. I mean,
it's really bad.
They caught, like, what was that fentanyl that they caught at the border? It said just a little bit of that stuff could kill off so many people. You know, and if they're finding this, you know, get a man his money so he can get his wall. If you know, give him his money so he can get his wall. If that's what's gonna make America a lot safer, then why not? We do want it to be safer here. That is really the gist of it. Do we not want a safer America anyway?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if most people do with how they feel about it. You know, for some odd reason they feel like this wall is just unjust. And you know, like, again, you know, we have gates at our house because, you know, you don't want any riffraff coming in. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I get that.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can't open that door and come in, or I won't let you in if you are somebody that I feel comfortable letting in my gate. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna do me any harm, or anybody that's in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they look at that wall as a wall is not just to keep people, you know, out, but also to keep people in. You know.
What do you think about that?
Not heard too much about that. Not heard too many people trying to get out that way.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
you got people that are probably, you know, try to escape across the border. You know, I don't know.
Want to go to Mexico?
Yeah,
if they're criminals, they would have crossed that border to get away.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, if it's going to seriously make America a lot safer, then why not? Why not have something like that? If there is another way that you can get in, and you get in legally. I mean, they didn't have a problem with it when Obama was talking about building the wall. But they got a problem with it now that Trump is not only doing what Obama and the rest of them was talking about doing. He, you know, not just saying it, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
And they got a problem with that. And the Democrats were all for it beforehand. Now they're like, oh, no, we shouldn't build a wall or a fence or a gate. We should have more security and, you know, more technology and people looking. I mean, but you know what? That's still gonna cost money.
And for what they're talking about, it's still like what they were going to give him, 1.3 billion,
1.47.
1.47. So I mean, that's still a lot of money right there just to, you know, put up these security cameras and defense things and everything else like that. Yeah, you know, it's still there. And I think when people think of a wall, they think of a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? I think they think about medieval times.
They see what it looks like, though. I mean,
yeah.
And it's not, like they say, you can't stretch it from one end to America all the way. You know, you can't do it. I mean,
2,000 miles.
Yeah, and, you know, because it's too much where you can't do it at. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But in areas where it's detrimental, where it's needed, why not put it up there?
Yeah.
Why not? It to me is just, just to see who got the biggest guns. You know, like, no, I'm not going to do it. Well, why not? It's just a tug of war between the Democrats and the Republicans, which is retarded. It should not be. It should not be. But
one of the things I'm pretty much also wondering about is how is this national emergency, is it truly going to affect the American people? Is it going to affect us all? You know, will we feel any of that? Even though, you know, it's supposed to be possibly being taken from this military, you know, the 20, you know, out of the 25 billion. You know, if that is the case, then, you know, will the American people feel that? Will that put a dent in the military service? Will that like stop that from, you know, the military, you know, guarding us, helping us at a certain time? You know what I'm saying? You know, what would be going on with that? You know, that's something that, you know, really plays in my head, because, you know, when I think of national emergency, I think of, and I mean, you know, maybe I'm very silly for thinking this way, but I think of tanks coming down the street, you know, people coming through with their foots through the door, you know, taking the food and canned goods out of here.
That's
and
the Patriot Act.
You know, yeah, I don't know. That's what runs in my head, and I'm not trying to actually think that way, but you know, that's the only thing that I really think about when it comes to national emergency. That's why I have been looking to try and see exactly what does this really, you know, what does this entail? What is this? You know, what's going on with this? You know, anybody in YouTube, once again, leave your comments about this. Also, you know, let us know if you found out any information on what all of this means. You know, will this actually affect us? And even if you haven't found any information online or whatever, or your news sources, just give us a comment on what you think it would do. You know, as far as like, you know, will it affect you personally? Will it affect any of us personally? You know, so something we want to know.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. In order for it to affect you, you gotta really know what is it supposed to do in order to affect you.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything else even about it on the news. Have you guys?
Are we still up to 16 states that are filing suits against the Trump administration?
Okay, so they're taking it to court right now. Am I correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 16 states?
16 is the last I heard.
Okay.
So how
Honestly,
many?
I see more jumping on board.
Yeah.
I don't see Indiana being one of them.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't think so? Well, I guess because of Mike Pence, huh, and everything.
That's my guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, that is true. I actually forgot about that. There are plenty that is doing that, and yeah, they will be following pursuit.
Yeah. So they're going to take him to court. They're taking it to court. And I like I said, I haven't really heard anything else too much about it. Maybe I wasn't really paying too much attention to it today. It was more or less on the whole thing with Russia and
Venezuela.
Yeah, about Venezuela, but the whole thing with Russia throwing threats at the United States about the missiles, if they move missiles to somewhere in the UK or something like that. You know, that we'll talk more about that. I'm gonna get more information on that. I don't want to just throw some stuff out there, but that's what I've been really following today. But yeah, I mean, I think this is one of those things where the national emergency is where not only do people not understand it, but we just really don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Which to me is really scary, because if we don't know what's going on, then you know
that how can you prepare yourself for something that you just don't know anything about?
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of frightening, because you don't know.
You don't know what to
You
do,
don't
what
know,
to think.
and they don't explain. They don't really explain what it is on the news. So it's just.
It's my understanding that him declaring the emergency, number one, allows him to sidestep Congress backing him.
Yeah.
Allows him to sidestep that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing is he could put a demand on that money from maybe just anywhere. He can make an executive decision to do that. Honestly, I hope it doesn't play out like that.
Okay, but for them to be suing him, they're trying to actually stop him from doing that. So it's law.
Right.
If he wants to, it's like, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is it. But they're trying to stop him from doing that. I mean, again, just trying to see who's, you know, the bigger kid, trying to.
Yeah, really, power struggle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Something to really think about, you know, when it comes to what's really going on now, you know. is this really going to be worth it?
I mean, what do you think about it? No, what do you think about it?
I mean, I'm trying to understand why now, in 2019. Of course, he talked about it at the beginning of his administration.
About building the wall.
About building the wall.
That was one of his leading things for his campaign, in actuality.
I guess the need to dump all this money into it and make a national emergency out of it, I don't see it being that extreme.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to work on that in those areas, but this isn't the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, a lot of people said that, instead of, I guess that money, if you want to call a national emergency, why not do it about, like gun law? Or, of course, the ozone layer, global warming, there's so many things that he could call a national emergency on, but it's more or less like the wall is the number one thing.
Yeah, you remember last week Ted Cruz was saying that, why don't they just take it out of El Chapo's $14 billion, billion dollars that he had with all of his land and everything else like that. Why don't you take the money out of that?
The El Chapo Act.
Yes,
yeah.
the El Chapo Act, and that way Mexico would still be paying for it.
Well, Mexico ain't giving up that money.
No, I don't think so either.
They're not giving up money for the border that's coming out of their pocket, and they're not gonna give El Chapo's money. The president's sitting over there real nice with El Chapo's money right now.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. That Mexico is so corrupt, it's ridiculous.
It's terrible. So corrupt, it really is. That's why a lot of the Mexicans are coming over here to get away from how corrupt it is over there.
Ain't no way they're coming up off that money.
No
way.
So, I don't think so either.
If I was the president over there, I wouldn't be coming up off of that, buddy. That's in my bank account.
Even though I truthfully do believe that, even though, El Chapo, he may be, he's going to prison for life. He is, no doubt, 23-hour lockdown. So, he'll just probably, get 1 hour of light and that's about it. But that's still his money. I still feel like part of that's still going to be his money.
Oh, will he get a chance to use any of that himself? Is that what you're saying?
I think he will.
His wife or his new mistress will, put some money on his books.
Either one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Commissary, Get him some nice soups.
Get him some bacon bits to go in his ramen noodles.
Pop-Tarts or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I love Pop-Tarts. Strawberry, cherry, I love them. So, yeah.
May even, find somebody like, what's his name, Terry, the real big dude, got them hamburgers, and got them burgers.
Oh, yeah, that snuck in a cheeseburger.
Yeah, got that cheeseburger for you. And you just never know.
Hey, but I really don't believe that that El Chapo Act is gonna go anywhere at all.
Mexico ain't coming off that money.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, I don't know, YouTube. We would like to thank you guys for sticking around with us for a little while, having this conversation. Want to thank our special guest, Gerald, coming through, chilling out with us. Hopefully we can have him back a couple of more times.
Yes, definitely.
This is his first time. Make sure you give him some love.
Yeah,
thank you. Yes.
Yes, definitely. We want you to come back. So.
Yeah, most definitely. Give him some love.
Don't be trying to run him off.
That's right.
We want you to like, subscribe, hit that share icon, the buttons, the bells, the whistles, the notifications. Go to our YouTube page or Twitter or Facebook. Instagram, we appreciate all the people that are subscribing, that are taking time out of their busy schedule to check us out.
Yeah, definitely.
So, like we always say around this time, it can only get better from here, YouTube. Peace.
Till next time, YouTube world.